Hi there, this is Brendan for R&B Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about the 2007 documentary Confessions of a Superhero. I just recently saw this documentary on the Sundance Channel. I was just channel surfing and it completely drew me in and held my attention till the very end. I went ahead and found it online. You can watch this documentary for free actually on Hulu and another great website I found called Snag Films, which has a host of thousands of documentaries, for those of you who are into documentaries of course. This documentary follows four individuals who dress up as superheroes along Hollywood Boulevard outside the Chinese theater, and they're all four very different ones. The first one they kind of get into is Christopher Dennis, who dresses up as Superman. This guy is, wow, this guy is so in love with Superman, probably more than anyone else. I mean, I've been to conventions, comic book conventions, stuff like that before, and this guy totally fits in that mold. And he's out there trying to find fame and fortune, of course. He wants to become an actor. All these people want to become actors. But his acting career isn't as promising as the others. I mean, he should really become sort of a Superman expert. His story is very interesting. He even proposes to his wife at a Superman convention, which is amazing. And almost, I don't believe you even see him out of the Superman cape and everything at all in the film. I can't really think of it. The next person they follow is Joseph McQueen. He dresses up as the Hulk, and he's actually someone who when he first came to LA, he sold his Super Nintendo to get out there from North Carolina, and he was there during the Rodney King riots. He was homeless for several years, struggling to make it as an actor, even going to auditions smelling, and he's actually someone you actually see him get a couple parts during the documentary. It's really great to see him particularly make it. I mean, he definitely comes across as the most normal person in it, I guess. That's another part of the documentary is you can either watch this documentary laughing at these people or pitying them, but the documentary shows them in complete honesty. The documentary doesn't tell you how to feel about them. Next person they follow is Jennifer Gearhart, I believe, who dresses up as Wonder Woman. She has also a promising career. You see her go from audition to audition. You see her marriage deteriorate. I know she actually did get some parts as a result of this documentary on like True Blood and My Name is Earl. So that was great, and she had, you know, it was interesting to see how her agents reacted to her. Like they like, I believe her agent says, "I see you as more of the busty type." I mean, it was definitely strange to see how that Hollywood system works, and not to mention just how hard it is for these people to struggle. And the next person they follow is the one who I think a lot of people would brand as the Psycho documentary, Maxwell Allen, who dresses up as Batman. This guy claims to have a sort of tortured past involving mob connections. He claims he's killed some people, and he's just a interesting guy to watch. The documentary, of course, doesn't confront these truths. Whether or not it's true or not, it's really up to the viewer to decide, but he does have a really striking resemblance to George Clooney, and so he thinks he can make it as an actor as well. Although his career isn't as promising as the others, but he definitely gives it a shot. And by the end of the documentary, you see him working in security, and I actually just saw an interview with him that literally was put on YouTube this month. And it was interesting to see because he's been banned. There's a restraining order for him not to go in front of the Chinese theater because you actually see him arrested in the documentary. And he's like, hey, I saw him. I'll leave a link to it below now that YouTube's changed their look and everything. But it's a video of him. It's a half-hour interview show. It's like public access or something. And he's wearing the Batman uniform. And he's missing one of his front teeth now. I mean, it was interesting. It's interesting to, you know, because watching this documentary makes you want to see what happened to these people. You know, did they make it? Are they still on that Hollywood Boulevard getting tips? Now the documentary opens with some public officials talking and stuff like that, and they kind of put down these people who dress up as superheroes as panhandlers and as pretty much just like bums, which is kind of harsh. I mean, they really could have cut that part of the documentary out and just simply concentrated on the people. Now, this documentary is one of the best looking ones I have ever seen. The photography is great. I mean, they really put a lot of effort, you can tell, into shooting it. I mean, it looks terrific, and there's, you know, this great juxtaposition. Like the last shot is Superman smoking, you know, and during the beginning of the documentary, you see him talking to sort of a new superhero on Hollywood Boulevard dressed up as Ghost Rider, and he's like, superheroes don't smoke, so make sure you don't smoke on the job. And he definitely comes across as the most genuinely nice guy, Superman. I mean, he really seems like a really nice guy, although a little fanatic about Superman. I believe Jennifer Gerhardt mentions it's like watching a train wreck. You know, you just can't help but to look. You can't look away. And that kind of goes to his documentary. You just can't help but to be drawn into it. I mean, even at an hour and a half, it goes by like that. I mean, it's boom, 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 boom. And each sort of chapter section opens up with these brilliantly taken photos. I believe the photographs even won some photography contests or whatever. I believe they actually got some awards for it. I mean, it's a terrific documentary. I highly suggest you look for it. It's great seeing these people sort of going out there trying to get the American dream, trying to become famous and make it as actors. And it shows it very honestly, and it's up to the viewer to decide. You know, if like the Maxwell Allen character playing Batman is, you know, bullshitting about killing people and stuff like that. I mean, it's great. The documentary really doesn't take a stance. I mean, you can either laugh at these people, pity them, or simply sort of take it all in and make your own conclusions. But this is one of the very few documentaries I actually went on the internet after I watched it to try and track it down and to see, you know, what happened to these people. So it's really interesting. I highly suggest you check it out. It's a very interesting. Like I said, I can't emphasize that much. It's a great watch. It goes by like that. And thanks for watching this edition of R&B Reviews.